In Letterland today, we are starting Unit 6. We'll start with some review words. We have fade, escape, polite, talent, and product. Fade. Colors of jeans and other clothes can fade. Escape. How might a pet escape? Polite. What are some ways to be polite? Someone who has good manners. Talent. He had a talent for playing the piano. Product. The soap was a product that was sold at the store. Product. Here are your new spelling words. Stove, close, closed, hole, and hole. Stove. What happens if you touch a hot stove? You could burn yourself. That would be very hot. The pan is sitting on top of the stove. Stove. Close. Pretend to open a door. Now close it. Good. Close. Closed. This is the past tense word for close. Pretend a door is now closed and try and open it. Closed. Hole. So this week we have words that sound the same but mean different things. They are called homophones. They sound the same, but they're different. So this word is hole. So there was a hole in the ground that I tripped on. Whole. And this whole means all of something, the whole class, the whole pizza. How can we remember which is which? Whole or whole? If you put out your arms big and wide, okay, you make the letter W with both your arms out and then your head and the other arm. You make a big W. And so you can remember this by thinking the whole thing with your big arms open. You want the whole thing. That's a W, whole. The next 5 words are close, rude, invited, impress, excused. Say these with me. Close, rude, invited, impress, excused. Clothes. Clothes means things you wear. Name some different types of clothes. So you have shirts, pants, socks, jackets. These are different types of clothes. It might sound like the word, like when you close a door. Okay, but this is clothes you wear. Rude. Someone who has bad manners is rude. Okay, they are not being polite. Rude. Invited. The past tense word for invite. When you make a request for someone to do something with you. My family invited me to go to dinner with them over the weekend. Invited. Impress. Who are you trying to impress when you dress nice? Impress. Excused. What do you think of when you hear this word? You might say, I was excused from the dinner table when I was finished eating my food. It is the past tense word for excuse. So we're gonna review or go over some rules. So we're still working with the magic E. Remember, the magic E makes Mr. Vowelman appear. So remember, these are long vowels with the magic E syllable. We quick code, we'll make a straight line over top. And today's rule has different sounds. So you have the long U sound, Mr. U, where it sounds like U. Then you have more of a oo sound, or a long O sound. So what do you hear in these answers, in these words below? Cute, cute. You hear the U, Mr. U sound. Rude. You hear that ooh sound. Huge. You could hear two different sounds in this word, like ooh or the long U. Mr. like Mr. U. So remember, Mr. U, the uniform man, he likes to say his names in words like uniform and useful, but sometimes he says ooh, like in flute and rule. We're going to move on to a suffix, ed. Okay, this shows past action. So instead of jump, you put ed at the end, it's jumped. Instead of dive, okay, this one you're just going to put the D at the end, dived. Or floated, instead of float, I am on a float. Okay, floated would be I floated down the river on a float. So keywords help us remember the function. They help you realize it was in the past and not right now. It was in the past. So let's not quick code, we're going to do the word sort for some of these sounds. So let's start with stove. Which one would that go under? Stove. You have the long O with the consonant and then the magic E with Mr. O. Stove. Okay, that would go. Under this one. Stove. Okay, good. Let's try and find one for this spelling with a U, a long U, and a consonant E. Let's see. That one would be rude. U, consonant, and a magic E. Rude. Okay, good. Let's try one for the long I, consonant E. This one would be invited. Okay. So words that have a suffix of ed at the end. So we just put invited over here, but I noticed so there's an ed at the end. So invited will be over here also. And then we want to put the base word. So if we take the ed off, what word would that make? And that word would be invite. Okay, good. So there are so a few more to go in this section. Let's try one more. It would be this next word, close. Okay, good. All right, so I would like for you to finish this word sort on your own and let your teacher know if you have any questions. Okay, remember, just read the words over and sound them out. And then over here on this side, okay, if it has a suffix, I put the base word.